Hey everybody, what's up? It's Dr. Penguin here, and today we are going to be doing a review of the 90 overall Pavel Datsyuk Centennial Classic card. So this card launched in January of this year, and there was a ton of hype for it when it first came out. He was part of the outdoor game set. It seems like people kind of mellowed on him. When I was looking for reviews, there wasn't a ton of positive about it. But personally, I've been pretty impressed with this card so far. So first, we're gonna have a look at his stats. We're gonna add on the synergy points, talk about what synergies I've got going on there, and then after that, we will move into some in-game footage. I'm gonna show you guys some shifts that I clipped from him, and I'm also gonna show you some goals and plays that he's made to this point. So in this image you can see Datsyuk. I've calculated all of his synergy points and added them onto the card. So this is going to look a little different for you guys simply because I have different team synergies running than what you guys may. So on top of Datsyuk's Dirty Dangler, Wicked Wrister, and Tape to Tape, I'm also running Cycle Game Trap and One-Timer Efficiency. So Datsuk's Dirty Dangler and his Wicked Wristers both give him a nice boost, are good synergies for this card. The Tape to Tape gives him a nice boost to his passing. He's a good passer in the first place. The biggest thing I've noticed from all these synergies is the +3 that he's getting to the offensive awareness from the Tape to Tape. One thing I've noticed, and you'll probably notice as well as we jump into the clips portion, is his awareness and his positioning. It's just awesome. He originally started out on my third line. I've quickly moved him up to my top line once I started watching these clips and realized just how good he was positionally. So next we're going to jump into my team. I'm going to show you guys where Datsuk's been playing, how I've been using him. After that, we're going to jump into some clips. So, as I mentioned, Datsuk originally started out on my third line with Brad Richards and the Christmas Versteeg. He then moved up to my second line with Kessel and Bergeron, and now he is on my top line with Kessel and Mike Richards. The lines have been in a bit of a blender lately, but this is what I've settled on recently. It seems to be working out pretty well. Outside of even strength, Datsuk is also on my top power play unit with Bergeron and Kessel, and he's also on my second unit four-man power play with Claude Giroux. Alright guys, now we're going to have a look at some of Datsuk's shifts. I've clipped these from some of my recent games, probably over the past week or so. In all these clips, Datsuk's going to be lining up in the right wing position. Try to just isolate on Datsuk. Try to watch just him because I really want you to see how good his defensive awareness, his offensive awareness, his positioning is. These are the big things that have really separated this card from others for me personally. Um, Even when you're not controlling him, he's awesome. That's when he really shines. He's always where I want him, doing what I want him to be doing. He's awesome in that regard. Um, as far as other categories like skating, shooting, all that sort of stuff, skating wise, he's good on his skates. He's not super fast, but he's not slow either. He's got really good endurance, better than what the card would indicate, I would say. I find even when that line's been out there for a long time, he's still at his best. There's lots of times that he's ended up playing like a full 2 minute power play and then jumping back out on the next shift, and he's been great. I have no qualms in that regard. Hands, it's Datsuk. The dude's got wicked hands. The Dirty Dangler helps that out a lot. A large majority of the time, he completes his dekes without losing the puck. I'm not a great deker or dangler myself, so I'm not the most qualified to speak to that, but even with my rudimentary skills in that regard, he seems to do pretty well. All these clips you're seeing here, none of these lead to goals. I want you guys to see what an average shift would look like for him, see what he can do on the ice. As you'll notice, he's always in great position. If I pull one of my wingers out of position in the defensive zone, or even one of my D-men, he'll go over and he'll cover that position. Not at risk of leaving his own position or his own man open, but he will go cover other positions. Um, in the defensive zone, you're going to see, or in the offensive zone, sorry, you're going to see a lot of him supporting the play and the puck carrier really well. As it moves towards the net, he drives to the net. If I'm working the puck on the boards near the middle of the ice, he's generally either in front of the net or if he needs to be, he'll be up supporting higher up in there. So first passing, Datsuk's a great passer. You just see him feed that nice little pass through to Kessel. Kessel sent it pretty far wide, but regardless, Datsuk got it through. There's not a whole lot to say about his passing. He's a decent passer. Shooting, his slap shot leaves a little bit to be desired. It's not super powerful. It's not super accurate, but it's not bad either. The wicked wrister gives him a nice little wrist shot. Checking wise, he's not the biggest guy or the strongest guy, but he's pretty tenacious on the puck. There's a lot of times he'll lose the puck and he's always able to bring it back around. He doesn't get knocked off the puck super easy. Defense, he's a wicked defensive player, just like he was in real life. He's tons of Selke nominations, so on and so forth. That holds true in the game as well. He's really good in the defensive zone. When you're not controlling him, as I said before, is when he really shines. He gets in, he makes a lot of nice poke checks, stick lifts, things like that when you're not controlling him. And I'd mentioned about supporting the play and all that kind of stuff as well. It's hard to really knock the guy at all. At 90 overall, he's never really going to be a game breaker the way that Mike Richards is, or an upgraded Sid or OVR cards like that. But as long as your expectations are reasonable, like I really think anybody's going to be happy with the card. Um, at 90 overall, he's more of a supporting player than anything. And hopefully, as you can see from this review, he is really good in that supporting role. Right now, you can pick up this card for anywhere between 60 and 70k, which honestly I think is a wicked bargain. It's a great price for this card. I'd mentioned supporting role. That's not to say that he can't be a top end player who can take over games for you once in a while. As you saw, he plays on my top line. I think honestly he's going to be there for quite a while. He'll probably have a spot on the squad for the rest of the year, regardless. Maybe not always on the top line, but he'll probably be on the team for the rest of the year for sure. 60 to 70k is an awesome deal for the card. Honestly, I would pay anywhere. I'd honestly be comfortable paying about 100k, if not more, for the card, which he was going for that at points. He seemed to lose a ton of value near the end of the set, and especially over the All Star break when we had that little market crash there. But either way, 60 to 70k is a great price for this card for sure. So I play on the PS4, so when I say 60 to 70k, that's PS4 pricing. I'm not sure what he goes for on the Xbox side of things. In regards to gameplay, I play in Division 2. All these clips have come from Division 2 gameplay or competitive seasons gameplay. I'm not a top end player. This is the first year that I've made it past Division 3 into Division 2. I've been holding my own there okay, but like I said, I'm not a top end player by any means. After this, we're going to jump into some goals and plays that Datsyuk set up, and I want to highlight some of that stuff. Alright, so in this clip, Dan Boyle starts it off with a nice little poke there. As we move up the ice, you're going to see Datsyuk come in frame left. He's going to stop up around the circles, gets a stick on that pass. Richard picks it up. Datsyuk moves to the net. Boom, tap in. Simple little play. Really highlights his awareness there. So here Datsyuk stays wide for the passing option. As they come to the zone, he comes into support, picks up the loose puck, he's in all alone and tucks it. Pretty nice little play there. So this next play starts all because as soon as I regain control of the puck, Datsyuk blows the zone. There he goes there, he gets the puck. I lose it for a second, he pulls it back. I'm able to take it in deep with him and work it around so that all my other guys get set up. As soon as it looks like Giroux's going to get that puck, Datsyuk works his way to the net. Simple tap in. So this is probably my favorite goal I've scored in any NHL yet. You'll see Datsyuk frame left. I'm trying to work it in with PK. Doesn't quite work. Datsyuk comes in. I'm not controlling him at this point. He comes in, he stick lifts. Once the stick lift happens is when I get control. I poke the puck, go in, little subtle forehand, backhand, or backhand forehand, and scores. I didn't realize just what had happened until I'd watched this over a few times. So this goal here, it's not a very exciting goal, But what had happened is I'm not very good coming in 2-on-1s like this. And in this instance, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to pass or shoot. I was having a friendly game with my buddy, so we weren't really paying a ton of attention. At the last minute, I decided to pass the puck over, and Datsyuk got a stick on it. It's kind of like a weird hacking slash in motion. I'm not sure if it was forehand or backhand, but it goes in anyway. So this is the final clip here. Once we get into the zone and Datsyuk gets down low, this is where you'll see what I want you to see. He sends a little pass back here, it gets picked off. We keep control anyway, but you'll notice he's got a ton of attention down there from those defenders. He's able to peel out, get the puck, nice little pass through. Richards gets it, a little tap in, similar to the one Datsyuk scored earlier in this video. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this review. To summarize, overall I feel like this card is amazing value for the money, especially at that 60 to 70k price point. There is some factors that I can see working against this card being a regular on some rosters. The fact that there's a 99 overall Datsyuk out now. Also, his synergies. It doesn't seem like Danglers is one of the more popular synergies. Of his 4 synergy points total, he's only got 1 towards a team synergy, and that's tape to tape. And again, it seems like tape to tape is one of the less common synergies. Either way, this guy is a budget beast for sure. If you need a solid player who's good positionally, he's good defensively, offensively, this is definitely your guy. For 60k, I don't think there's a better card on the market. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been really impressed with this card. Yeah, I definitely recommend for sure. And like I said, he's probably got a spot on my squad for the rest of the year. Hopefully you guys found this interesting or helpful, or at least you found it something, hopefully. Either way, I'm planning to probably bring some more videos in the future. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Just a little side note, guys. It shows here on this image only 10 games played. That's not the case. My player stats seem to get reset quite often, so I don't have an accurate stat line for you. I've had Datsyuk probably 3 weeks or maybe a little bit more now, and he's played probably 40 games or so for me, so it's a pretty good sample size for the review. It's not the 10 games that you saw there in that image. Cheers.